All right, I don't know what's going on with the audio today, but the mics that I'm using are no longer stereo for some reason. Can't figure it out. Anyway, welcome back, guys. We are back on Felony, working on the A-Pillar, getting all the metal work done over there. It's been a few weeks since I cut for the holiday break. Went on that road trip to the kind of southern part of BC through the mountains and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun. But I'm stoked to get back here and get working on Felony. A friggin' raccoon here. He got his tail bitten off. Hope we don't get in a fight with that neighbor's cat. He done scared me senseless. Anyway, so I'm trying to separate the upper from the lower because you can't buy these upper A-pillars, window frames, whatever they are. I'm gonna try and get it out in decent shape. Try not to screw it up. Try not to chop it up too bad with the spot weld cutter and everything. If it comes down to it, I'll just have to cut it out and try and reuse it, or try and make one, or try and find one off of a donor car. I don't know. Well, the old Ryobi plug-in grinder decided to crap out, so I had to run out and grab this guy. Decided to say fuck it, and I joined the M18 gang, so. Fuck, I think I'm gonna be able to slide this thing right out. This might be a win, guys. Yes. Oh, that was a fight. Holy, look at that rust. Fucking garbage. Holy crap. Absolute junk. So the rust just keeps on going all the way up here. If you can see my finger there. I think I have to remake this piece. All right, well, the situation just kind of gets more complicated the more I look at it. So I've got the apron, that inside piece over there. That is gonna have to slot in before the pillar goes on. It's also got to get drilled and ready to spot weld the backside for when I put the A-pillar in. And because I did the rocker first, I screwed up. That piece actually slots in between the rocker and the unibody. So I think what I have to do is flatten these out, and then I'm going to make the apron ride on this side. I'm going to cut this piece of the A-pillar off because the new one has, you know, it's got a little kick out that I can just weld here, and then can sandwich the apron behind this, or behind this part of the A-pillar. This is going to be gone. So I'll kind of run the apron here, and then it's actually going to switch back over to the inside properly over there. As you can see, it's the last piece that sandwiches on the unibody. I have to clean all this up. I have to clean up where people decided to cut the fucking unibody to put speakers in. This is the stupidest thing. They cut here because they wanted to put tweeters in the pillars. I gotta start looking at either remaking this entire piece or finding an A-pillar, because it is just rotted in there and it's going to be so bad to try and weld and fix all this. Like, it's pitted on the outside already. So I don't know. I'm going to come back tomorrow fresh, get rocking and rolling back on this, all the batteries to be charged, everything be ready to go. Going to make as much headway as I can. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Is 7 months sufficient service life for a lav mic? I don't think so either. My lab mic died, so I'm back on the shotgun if the audio seems weird. I'm going to figure out if I'm going to remake that intersection piece, stab the new A-pillar in there just to see how we're looking, but we're pretty close already. I have to figure out, this A-pillar has rust and damage, basically up to about here. Can I remake this? Can I remake all this? because all of this is rusty underneath. I got a couple phone calls to make today to maybe see if I can find one of these. Realistically, the A-pillar and everything should go in with this all separated, because you have to put the apron on there, slide it all in. That's got to go up inside of there. It's just a bit of a fussy part to rebuild. Just got some shit to figure out, and then we're gonna get to some cutting, maybe a little bit of fabrication on some new pieces. Weld the drip rail on the inside, right where water collects. Smart. Got a support welded in, forgot to turn the camera of course. I'm gonna stick one more in between here. That should take care of all the rigidity that we need. I'm gonna put this cross piece in, and then I'm gonna unspot weld this, cut it, and take it off. And then we can start to make a new one. call it a day. I've been working on this upper pillar for a couple hours now. It takes a lot of time to shape, make pieces like this. You know, this is a crash course for me in hand fabricating this shit without all the proper tools, and it's difficult, but it is rewarding. I've actually got this within a half a degree side to side, like probably even closer. It just, there's discrepancies, of course, where I've been plenishing this, and the spot welds on that side and stuff make the surface a little bit off. Tonight I'm going to work on puzzling the lower section together out of paper and cardboard and seeing if I can get that sort of mocked up to match, and then tomorrow I'll probably start cutting that out, try to weld some of it together. It's good progress. All right, it's late. I had turned the camera, so been a little fiddly down here, and I actually started making pieces to put this lower section of the pillar together. And I've got the first two planes that I want, and they actually fit pretty damn good. I used the clamps to form them into shape, and I'm gonna do a little bit of massaging once I tack them together. I'm gonna get the TIG welder going. I'm gonna put 3 tacks on here, and then I can still have a little bit of room to bend it if I want to and shape it. And then I'm just gonna shape the backside here with the pliers. I just need to bend it down a little bit. This is the first kind of jump off point. This will be nice and squared up and solid. I think it'll be a good spot to start and start making this piece whole again. Looks pretty good to me. So I'm gonna quickly do a couple little tacks here, and then I'm probably gonna leave the rest for tomorrow and call it a night. Probably learn to turn your mask on. It's really bright. Alrighty, back to it this morning. I'm going to continue fabricating all the pieces for this intersection. I'm going to start by finishing off the top side where the windshield channel meets the cowl corner. So I'll make these two pieces separately, and I'm going to weld them together, and then we'll work on this because this is probably the more intricate piece that I'm going to have to make, which will probably end up being again, I'll be welding 2 pieces together. So hopefully I have a complete piece that I can put together with the pillar by the end of the day. I'm back in the shop. Last 2 days, been basically working on getting this made. This is where the upper A-pillar meets the lower, this intersection. Got this channel made for the upper. Well, basically this piece is gonna come off. I have to open up this radius, open up this part of the radius, and then put it back on. Should be good to go. That'll also allow the channel to slip right over top, and then we can start thinking about joining the two and seeing how we look. Basically, I'm pretty close. I have most of it made, and then once this is all finalized, I just have to cut out the holes for the hinge mount and start thinking about how we're gonna put it on. That's what we'll be working on today, and yeah, let's get to it. Just quickly mocked up the corner on the outside of the pillar here, and like pretty close. I was actually able to bend this piece in enough to where it looks like the channel for the pillar lines up. And I think honestly, if I just make the cut on the channel and slip it over and radius out the flange, I think that's gonna probably fit. So I'm gonna make the cut here, and then I'm gonna see, I think this corner is just gonna work as is. I don't know, there's some fiddling we have to do, but right now I'm actually just gonna see how close we are just by cutting this about right there. Take like almost 2 inches off the bottom, and then sit it on there, see how we look. Damn, that would almost work. Okay, I decided that I'm going to tack the pillar to the intersection just to get an idea. I'm just going to tack it on this part here because I'm actually pretty close. Like, I'm quite surprised. So I'm going to clean this up, throw a couple tacks on it, and see how we're looking. year ago, if you had told me I would be making stuff even a shade of close to this, I wouldn't have believed you. I'm pretty proud of that. I don't like to toot my own horn. I don't like to talk shit or anything like that, but like, I didn't actually think I would be able to pull this off, and I made a A-Pillar for 68 Mustang. Couldn't find it, had to make it. This is how it is. The back side of it is nice. The front is just the only questionable part. It just needs a little bit of massaging. But guys, I'm stoked. That's friggin' great. I can't believe I can't believe I pulled it off. All right, everyone, that's gonna do it for this week's episode. I know it's, you know, not the craziest of things, but I made this from scratch. I made this by just copying what I had and just taking my time and thinking it out. If you had, like I said, if you had told me a year ago that, or, you know, told a younger version of myself I'd be figuring this out, I'd call you crazy. I want to thank you guys all again for stopping by the shop, checking out the channel. Please hit that subscribe button, share this with your friends, do all that fun stuff on the social medias. You can find me on Instagram. That's the best place to DM me if you have questions. I respond to all the comments that I can, try to get all of them. I hope your projects are going well. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. As always, please be kind, drive hard, and I'll see you on the road.